What did the Toyota pickup, the VW camper van, the Toyota Land Cruiser, and the Honda S2000 have in common? All of these vehicles with low miles are selling more as used than they originally sold as new 20 years ago. The reason that these vehicles are doing so well in the used car marketplace is that they were all purpose-built. The Land Cruiser for its extreme off-roading reliability, the Toyota pickup because, well, it was virtually indestructible, the VW camper van because even though it wasn't particularly reliable, it was and still is unique in every way. And finally, the S2000, which is a uniquely simple, beautiful, lightweight, no-frills sports car that does everything extremely well. I'm Greg, your car angel, and in this video, I'm going to explain why the Honda S2000 is destined for greatness and fits nicely into this elite group. The S2000 brings together a rare combination of great timeless body design, wonderful engine and drivetrain, reliability, a no-nonsense driver-focused interior, excellent road handling characteristics together with legendary early Honda reliability. It also helps that it's a blast to drive. This was a recipe for greatness, and the S2000 is the very best production sports car Honda ever produced. The S2000 I have here is a 2006 with a very low 46,000 miles. It's a beauty. And if we take a look at the original window sticker, which I happen to have, you will see something that you never see these days. This car was assembled in Japan with 100% of the parts also from Japan. Sit inside the driver's seat and you instantly see everything on this car is set up specifically for the driver. The only thing on the passenger side is an air vent, not even a glove box for your passenger. Clearly, Honda was only thinking about you, the driver, and it shows. No cup holders, no visible radio because it's hidden behind this cover, no screens to distract, no Bluetooth, nothing to distract you from the driving. All the controls are within a finger's reach of the steering wheel. You get in this car to drive, and that is where the real experience is. You can't even adjust the steering wheel. What you see is what you get. You could say the Mazda Miata from the same era checks off some of the same boxes, but in comparison, the Miata is more of a play toy. The S2000, on the other hand, feels more like a machine. Even from a design perspective, the Miata doesn't quite have the boldness when put side by side with the S2000. So let's look at the features that make the S2000 so special, starting with the outstanding engine. Keep in mind that it is the Honda Motor Company. Motor is their middle name and they display that proudly. In short, Honda takes its engines very seriously. The engine is the heart and soul of the S2000. The original AP1, as it was known, was introduced in the US in the year 2000, but the history of the S2000 has its roots going back all the way to 1963 with the S360 and the S500. Honda later introduced the S600 and then in 1970, the amazing S800. The Honda sports car was forgotten until 1995 when Honda displayed the SSM, which stands for the Sports Study Model, at the Tokyo Motor Show. This was the prototype that went on to become the first-gen S2000, which went on sale in the US with a chassis code named the AP1. The AP1 then sold between the years 2000 to 2003. What makes this car so unusual and so amazing was hidden beneath the hood. The brash F20C engine was mounted behind the front axle, making it a forward mid-engine design. It was cast as an aluminum block and featured forged aluminum pistons, double overhead cam, VTEC technology, and a timing chain. This engine redlines at an astonishing 9,000 RPM and has legendary output of 120 horsepower per liter. It was an engine that just begged to be run at the high RPM range. Slow to start, but you hit 7,000 to 9,000 RPM and it just explodes with power as it winds out in the top range. All this power was mated to a glorious 6-speed precision gearbox that is perhaps the best feeling shifting experience you've ever had. The chassis was a super stiff X-bone frame with a double wishbone suspension, and at a mere 2,756 pounds, this car was built to be track ready. The only weakness on this car really was a bit of Numb electronic steering, which just didn't transmit enough of the road feel for the driver, and the single piston caliper brakes, which could easily be upgraded. The AP1 was already a dream machine, but Honda was about to make it even better. And in 2004, the AP2 was introduced with an all-new F22 C1 2.2 liter engine. You can recognize that engine by the gold coil pack cover. The new engine had more torque, but a bit less peak RPM, which is a subject of debate on whether or not that was an improvement. Other changes were larger 17-inch wheels, improved suspension, stiffer body, and a retuned gear ratio by lengthening the 6th gear. Honda also improved the reliability and the feel of the synchronizers, which were now made of carbon fiber instead of brass. All these were serious upgrades to an already serious sports car. In 2006, Honda added drive-by-wire technology and stability control. However, in 2008, the sales figures for the S2000 were dwindling down due to the automotive industry crisis. And like a big love letter to all the die-hard S2000 fans from the US, Honda introduced the final and most audacious variant, the S2000 CR. A stiffer suspension along with a wing and a hardtop, together with some wind tunneling modifications, made this the most badass and collectible S2000 to be built. And to put that in perspective, in 2009, just 355 S2000s were built, with only 31 of them being the CR models. That is why the extremely low mileage ones are selling for 6 figures. It was a sad day to see the end of the S2000 production, the pure sports car Honda ever produced. You might want to consider buying one while you still can and watch it become a true collectible, because in 10 years, it'll be untouchable. I'm Greg, your car angel. Thanks so much for watching this video. Give it a like if you enjoyed it, and subscribe if you haven't done so already. I'll see you in the next video. Take care.